Hello there, I'm Tim Buckley and I'm a driver trainer for Buffaload Logistics and Facilities. I'm down in Ellington today to show you how to check your trailer before going on the public highway. Okay, so I've done my unit check, my 15-minute unit check before going on the public highway. I've connected up to my trailer and now I need to make sure this trailer is fully inspected and checked before I do go about my daily routine. First and foremost then, I'm looking on the exterior of the trailer all the way along to make sure there are no cuts, damages, holes, etc. The main reason for this, we transport products that are going into the food chain. The majority of the products are kept at a certain temperature, whether that's chill or frozen. If there is a compromise to the trailer itself, which will allow the fridge not to maintain a temperature, that needs to be reported. So that's why I'm looking for that type of thing on the exterior of the trailer itself. I'm also looking at all the reflectors and lights, that they are working. Okay, that's good, happy with that. Looking at the running boards, the running bars, make sure they're fit. All right, fit for purpose, set in position and not gonna move. Checking the functionality, all right, of the electrical control box, make sure it's not open and likely to drop down as I'm transiting the public highway. The rest of the lighting, okay, and reflectors, they are working, which is good. Then we get onto the trailer tyres. Very similar to the unit, you have the wheel nut indicators. They have a point and they must be pointing to each other. I will check that they are all pointing to each other, and then I will check the tread depth. Look for any flat spots, any cuts, any tears, any chunks that are out of the tyre, and any sort of thread that's shown. If I find any of that before I even think about going on the road, I'm reporting that so that it can get changed. Very, very dangerous if you were to have a blowout on a trailer, okay, when you're on the public road carrying the amount of weight that we do. Happy with that then. I'm also making sure that the spray suppression is fitted, okay, in good order. That's good. And I'll do the same for every single set of tyres around the trailer itself. Good, I'm happy with those tyres on this side. It's very, very important that you make sure you get in so you can see the tyre that's closest to the centre of the trailer itself. Yeah, a lot of the time, some of the faults can be missed by only checking the first tyre that you can see. Big mistake. Okay, and you should not take that for granted. You need to get in and amongst it and just make sure you're checking every single tyre. Again, making sure each light works. There's no damage to the exterior of the trailer itself. Looking at the capping, okay, seeing if there's been any tree strikes or bridge strikes or anything of that nature that will have damaged the top of the trailer. Everything looks in good order to me. Checking now the lights are working at the rear. Okay, what I would do is ask one of my colleagues, okay, to just let me know that my brake lights are working when I'm operating the brake inside the unit, and also the reversing light. At this point in time, I'm content that these are working. Just need to make sure that the back of the trailer is all in good order. First and foremost then, need to make sure that the seal is fitted, but in doing so, making sure that the seal is fitted, we want to check if there is anything on the back of the trailer. Sometimes you're going to be picking up a load, sometimes you're not. It might be empty. You always need to check. It's the driver's responsibility to make sure that that vehicle platform, including trailer, is fit for purpose. If there is something on there, you either need to get it taken out or it needs to be strapped down, secured. What I'm going to do then, I'm going to open up the doors one at a time, making sure I keep them secured correctly, and just be mindful of the fact that something may fall out if it hasn't been secured correctly. Very important to ensure the barn door is secured on the side of the trailer using this locking mechanism. Situated in this lug here, press down and will not come open. It's very important then that you do one door at a time, both hands, firm grip, just in case a gust of wind, these are heavy, a gust of wind will take the door, okay? So you just need to be very mindful of that. Exact same on this side. Good, I'm content now. In this instance then, there is nothing on this trailer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get up into the trailer using the harnesses on the side, using 3 points of contact and getting onto the bed to make sure that the gate is stowed away correctly. Okay, then to get yourself down off the trailer itself, making sure that you use the harnesses. Sometimes there's only one, so I'm just going to show you a couple of methods. Take hold of the harness, okay, with one hand, left or right, whichever you feel is more comfortable. You can grab hold of the side of the trailer if you want as one of your points of contact. The third point will be wherever your foot is placed, okay? So we'll always have one foot in position. Okay, I'll step down, hand on the side, using the harness. Here I'm going to need to change hands. Place one hand on the bed. Step down and off. Okay, so I've just finished checking the back of my trailer. I'm content then that on the swan neck, the gate is stowed away correctly. If I did have a load, I've also will have checked to make sure it's loaded correctly and restrained appropriately. Now it's time to close the doors one at a time, okay, just the same as opening, purely for the reason they are so big, and if a gust of wind catches you, you can cause yourself damage. Two hands, I'm going to close them now. Undo the locking latch, two hands on the door. Okay, what I'm looking for then, there is a recess here and a recess at the top, okay. Both of these latches need to be secure in position, okay. If they're not secure in position, then a seal won't be created, okay, to keep the temperature of the product at the right temperature. Again, making sure you line both of them up, close them, and you're checking that the black seal, okay, and both doors, locking latches are in position. I'm content that that seal is created, so when the fridge is running, it'll be at the correct temperature. I'm also looking at the lights at the top. I'm happy with that. Checking the lights. Again, the exterior of this side of the trailer. Need to ensure there is no damage whatsoever, all right, and definitely so as not to compromise the product that's inside you may be taking. Spray suppression, all in good order. Again, checking all the tyres. Well, this wheel does not have wheel nut indicators fitted. In order for me to be certain that they are at the correct torque setting, I will test them, each and every single one of them, to see whether I can move them with my hand. Now, if I can't, that makes me think, good, okay, they are tight. However, I'm looking for some key indicators. If there is any rusty fluid that is dripping down underneath any of those bolts, that would tell me that they are not at the correct torque setting, and I would report that immediately, okay, to transport, and then the fitters, I'd take it to the fitters and they would tighten them up for me. So I'm going to do that now. Can't move any of those, and there is no sign of any rusty fluid, okay, that's dripping from behind the wheel nuts. I'm content that they're okay, so I'll carry on and check the tyres. Making sure I've got a minimum tread depth 1 mil, and I'm checking both tyres. Good, they're okay. Last set of tyres. I do have indicators on here. They're all pointing to each other. Now, just a top tip, if there was one indicator missing, I would take them all off and check the wheel nuts myself for hand tightness, okay? And then check for any fluid that may be dripping behind. So if there is one missing or two missing or whatever, just take them all off, all right? Then there is no inconsistencies then, and you physically carried out your check. Again, looking for any tears, flat spots, chunks missing, thread showing, inconsistent tread depth. Okay, as far as I'm concerned, they're in good order. Checking all the lights then, that's working, that one's working, great. Fuel tank, just to make sure that I've got the correct amount of fuel in the tank. That's full. For my fridge, I'll always do a visual inspection as opposed to trusting the dial, because this dial tells me there is a quarter of a tank of diesel. However, that is not the case. A physical examination has shown me that that is full. So what I will do is I'll report that, not as a defect, just something that needs to be kept an eye on, right? And it needs to be changed to reflect exactly what is it in the tank. Bars at the bottom are in good order. The outside of the trailer towards the front of the cab is fine. I'm looking at the capping and the corners just to see if they've been caught by any trees or bridges or something like that. They're fine. As far as I'm concerned, this trailer is in good order and I'll be pleased and happy to take this on the public highway. That concludes the trailer check.